Everybody, I'm reviewing the movie Hereditary, which I watched only because Chris Stuckman, who reviews movies much better than I do, likes it. And it's the same person that did Midsommer. And I thought Midsommer was funny and beautiful. And so I don't usually like horror films, but I like the fact that Toni Collette is making all those miniature little scenarios, and I thought that's cool. I'm an artist, so of course I'm going to appreciate that. And Chris Stuckman thinks this movie Hereditary is better than Midsummer, so I was like, all right, I'm going to watch it. And okay, so at first, for one thing, Toni Collette just acts her ass off. I mean, I already knew she could do that because of that show where she has like six personalities and it's set in Overland Park, Kansas, which is funny because I grew up there. Um, so I know that she can very convincingly act a lot of different ways, and she did. She's very good. Um, uh, the child, I wrote down names this time. Miley Shapiro. I was distracted because I do this a lot where I'm like, is she related to the kid in this other show? And I spend a lot of time thinking about that, like looking at their features. Are they related? And it would be great if I could tell you the name of that other show that's trending on Netflix, but I can't right now. So, and then I also spent a lot of time wondering if the character Peter, Alex Wolff, he looked just like this older actor who's comedic, and I can't remember anything he's in. So I was distracted by, but the little girl was super creepy, eating her little chocolate bars all the time, just looking in the distance, just being a creep. Like those little dolls she made were amazing. Spoiler alert, she cuts off a bird's head with scissors to make some kind of doll out of it, which, I collect bones when I go rock hounding. I would not probably cut off a bird's head. I'd probably just bring the whole bird home, but not if it was still smelly. But anyway, back to the movie. Um, okay, the dad, Gabriel Byrne, it was like he had zero personality. He could have almost been a cardboard cutout in that movie. It was very bizarre. I've noticed this lately now that I'm actually reviewing movies, how they'll just stick a character in there who just barely is like a placeholder. He's a placeholder character. Um, Toni Collette is acting enough for the rest of everybody, but the little girl is great. Um, you know, I don't feel like there's as much symbology in this one as in Midsummer, which is what I liked about Midsummer. Midsummer was funny. This is not funny. There's nothing funny about this movie. The costumes in Midsummer are so amazing, and they're not in this one, but I guess those little miniature houses are incredible. I think the best scene was when Toni Collette is redoing the miniature scene of her daughter's head being cut off, and she has this wicked, super creepy smile on her face as the husband is like, "What are you doing?" That is insane. Um, it's just the plot's a little unclear. The fact that that the son gets in this accident and has such a brutal murder, not murder, it's an accident to the daughter is confusing. It's like, okay, so there's all this tragedy that befalls this family through generations, but honestly, I could have used some comic relief. And when they wrapped it up about what was causing all this, I just wasn't buying any of it. It didn't really creep me out, and I don't really like stuff like that. Like, it normally would totally creep me out. I'm not saying that I didn't wake up thinking about it in the night, but it wasn't, I don't know. Um, I was really hoping that, I really just thought that it was somehow going to turn out to be Tony Collette was just bonkers, or maybe even the husband turned out to be the one that was bonkers, the straight man. But the fact that it ended up being like a cult, metaphysical, evil thing, I'm not saying that I don't think that stuff exists, but it's pretty easy to creep me out. And I was like, I don't think so. And how they stuck Tony Collette up in the corner of the rafters, and how she like sawed her own head off while floating in the air. I'm like, no, I'm not buying it. And all these naked people bowing down. No, I'm sorry. I don't. This is, I've never written a movie. Who am I to say? Good for this guy for writing a movie. But this guy who I respect, Chris Stuckman, who has a YouTube channel, I better than mine. I'll always say that. He likes it. And he thought it was good. And they're trying to compare it. I think it's because I am so much more creeped out by just some crazy man out there that just, the spirit thing, like, I don't want to mess with the spirit world in that way, just in case. But, like, midsommer, the fact that they were just all so culty and warped, that was more scary to me than the books with the bloody walls and stuff. I don't know. Not my favorite. I don't know. Who cares what I think, right? But hey, I'm doing a YouTube channel, so why not? This is a portion of one of my favorite paintings. I did not do this painting, and I will never sell this painting. I've had it for a long time. I traded it with my friend Christian Sims. If you like his work, I think it's XN Sims on Instagram, and he is amazing. Thanks. Bye.